Hello, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Coach Caren Fern, our money mindset coach, to get our mind on our money and our money on our mind
Yeah.
and to get control over those thoughts, ideas, suggestions that are driving the bus. We want to get we want to get in the driver's seat, and she's here to help us into the driver's seat concerning our money. So Coach Caren comes to us all the way from Toronto, Canada, and we celebrate her. She's been successful in a number of business ventures, everything from retail to janitorial services. She's touched about every industry you could name, financial services. So you want to ask her questions. With that, we're going to get started today because Coach has some information for you. Make sure you've got your pencil and paper ready as she drops these nuggets. How you doing today, Coach Caren?
I am well. I'm a little hot. I don't know why. Yeah, I know why, but we all know why. Oh, good Lord.
And it's so good to have you in the house.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. As always. Thank you, Terry, for the great intro.
You're welcome.
So today we're finishing up this month. Last month I had you prep. All this month I had you walk through getting yourself ready to take action. And I hope you were taking action all month. We're at the end of the month. We had 5 weeks. Get in there, do the work. And don't feel bad if you didn't. Just get in there and do what you need to do now. And keep at it. I promise you, once you keep at it, you'll continuously surprise yourself at how much you get accomplished regularly. And today we're talking about when are you, when you're going down that slippery slope where you're starting to. Oh, wrong. Sorry, no, I don't want to talk about that. This is November. Sorry, I was looking at December. I'm rushing it. Tomorrow is December. It was December. We're finishing up this. So we're finishing up talking about the quarter because we're going into the first quarter. So I apologize. I don't want you guys get confused with December. Because we did daily, we did weekly, we did monthly. And now when you put it all together, that's how you get your first quarter of whatever it is you were planning to do. And I want to tell you something. Within the first quarter, there's going to be disappointments. You're going to feel you didn't hit your target. You're going to feel really crappy about yourself because the first quarter and whatever you're aiming for, not everything is going to line up. Life is going to hit you. You might get sick. Somebody around you might not feel well. You might have to take a pause. But I truly want you to understand it's not a setback. It's just a pause. Rest. This is why I talk about building in rest into when you're getting yourself together. Because remember, if you are not somebody used to doing this, it's going to take a toll on you emotionally, mentally, and physically. Because your mind and your body's not ready yet for it. And it doesn't want to get out of that comfortable place. Even if it wasn't producing what you want, it was still.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this.
So because of that, we have to give ourselves the grace.
Okay, I have a question, Coach. And you're freezing a little bit, so if you freeze, don't worry, it'll come back. You've been coming back in.
I'm hardwired to my modem. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but sorry, guys, I apologize.
But you're good. I want you to know that that first quarter. Do you think it's because it's winter? Do you think it's the weather that has
weather plays into it for sure? Weather plays into it for sure. Yeah. Spring and summer, people get excited.
Yes.
But the truth is, winter, even though people are not excited, you always have to understand there's a bunch of people who is excited. And they're not the biggest bunch, but there is a bunch of people who are excited, who understand in the winter is when you sit down and get into it and do the work. That's the time. Because when spring comes and you're all excited, you don't want to do that groundwork. You
Mm.
don't want to do the work that you need to do. And then some arrive and you want to be outside, you want to be with people, you want to do things. And it's hard for your business. And you might think you're selling at your peak, but you part of so you have to understand the seasons. That's the thing. Some people don't care what season it is. And I'm not like it's winter and I don't want to do this. But I do know wintertime, I want to be more huggy, put on a blanket, cozy clothes,
Yeah.
cuddle up with a book, watch a lot of movies, and I don't really want to do anything.
Uh-huh.
And this is our businesses we're talking about. So if you went to work, you would have still had to go to work and then come back and get to do what I just said. So you got to really see your business as the thing that the machine, the fuel that you put inside to make it do great in the spring and the summer and the fall. It's
Mhm.
not going to do well in those 3 seasons if you don't take that cozy time to really buckle down and ask these questions. Like, I'm feeling tired in the winter and I want to go to sleep. Why am I feeling this way? Did I have enough vitamins? Am I eating well?
Mhm.
Am I exercising?
Uh-huh.
Am I just giving into the feeling because I don't want to do these things? Because these are part of the things that plays into how we behave.
It is. It really is.
From my own experience, from talking to other people. I had a trainer once and she said to me, she said, Caren, you're doing, I had hired her, I went to her, I think it's the second week in January. And I had her for a year, remember that time. And she said, you're doing the hardest thing. You're coming in the winter.
Yes.
And I was meeting her at 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
5:30, sorry, in the morning, because I wanted to get her in at her peak. And she said to me, I think we're in the third month, and I was saying to her, I did not want to come. I said, I was trying to reach you. And she says, Caren, we're doing each other a favor because I'm coming for you. I'm coming also for me because
Mm-hmm.
most of my clients are later in the day. And I realize I like the mornings. So now that I have you, I'm just getting clients and I leave here too. I'm getting a chance to go home and see my daughter coming from school. She's like, I know you think you're helping me great, but you don't understand what you did for me. You don't. I was getting in a slump. And it was
Mm.
winter, so both of us had to fight to be there and
Yes.
be on time, and then put in the work. Because she's those kind of trainer who not just sit there and tell you what to do, or she's like they're with you. She's like, I loved her for that. Like we're on the treadmill together, Karen. We're doing it. She's so good and encouraging. That's what I love about her.
Mhm. Okay, well, I didn't want to get you off the track, but I just
Yes.
noticed that I haven't been exercising the way I should lately, and my energy level is different. And I was wondering if that has something to do with, what's going on for the first quarter.
Yes, yes.
Because of
Not to
the
be on track,
time.
but it's not on off track there because it is part of what causes this effect, that we don't want to do. I know when it hit November, I'm done. I just
Mm,
want to clean my house. I want to put up my tree. I want to get in the kitchen. I am just ready to do that. And I have to
mhm,
say, if I was at a job, would I come off in the whole of December? And the answer is no. I take 2 weeks. I always did, but I
mhm.
would still had my first 2 weeks in. So I remember that, and that's what I plug in my mind. So the big question is, have you put some months together by now? And we're talking about the quarter, right?
Mhm.
And if you have done that, are you set up your financial records to support what you have put down? Like we want to have the financial part supporting what we say we're going to do. I think the biggest thing you have to really understand is you might not reach that number that you got there, but
Mhm.
if you're going towards it, it's not all that matters. But at the moment, that's all that matters is that you're going towards it, is
Mhm.
that you're going to get there. And if not, what is it costing you? And how are you feeling about this whole thing? Like you have to examine your feeling. I was given a story the other day. I was talking to somebody, I was telling them, I said, I had started off 5 years ago or nearly, oh my gosh, nearly 10 years ago. I had this came to my table. A friend of mine sent it to me. She's like, Karen, you want us to do this challenge together? And I'm like, sure. I didn't know what challenge was. And the challenge came, it was about money, right? Because she know I do money. She's like, okay. So it was $1 today. By the end of the week, so day two is $2, day three is $4, and all the way up, right? And we
Mhm.
were climbing, we were going great. Call each other every morning, get it done. Boom, boom, boom. No, we get to day whatever, and we had to come up with, I was $60 that day, 80, whatever it was. And we were fine. Let me tell you, that's how you start knowing how money really make you think and feel. When
Mhm.
we hit the big number that we had to come up with for the day, it's not like the number frightened us, but we're like, for the day,
Mm-hmm.
$400, Terry. And we know the next day we're going to have to find $800. And we're like, this is crazy. Why would we do this? And her and I have been back and forth. But let me tell you, when you set a goal, this is the exciting part. And you put in your workout time, like Terry just asked me about, and you're eating right, and you're focused. She called me at the end of the week and she said, Caren, I made my goal all days. I'm like, I'm behind by one day. And as I was talking to her, I got a call. And it's not the biggest, but one of the biggest cleaning contracts I collected that day. Because I was in my realm, I was moving. This is the exciting part about planning and then taking the action and seeing it come to life. Even if it doesn't happen right away. Even if it doesn't happen right away. And those days were the yellow pages. And this lady's building her house. And she called me and I told her my price. She said, you're a little higher than everybody else I called. She goes, let me call you back. I said, it's okay. Because I am not discounting the price. I remember telling her that. And she called me back. She said, I only need to verify time and date with my husband. And she says, how long it's going to take? I said, 3 to 5 days. And she says, okay, if you can do it in 4, I would really appreciate it. Give me the number, email me the number so I have it in my head because I don't want to mess up this deal. I don't want you to go anywhere, so I want you guys to be there. And so I had to pull together a crew of people. I didn't even have enough people. I needed 4 people. But the point of the matter here I'm talking about is how, because we set forth the plan and we were working the plan, we couldn't imagine when we started this dollar that we would have been where we were. And being accountable is the other part. Just get an accountability buddy, guys. Just get somebody to hold your hand if you need them to at times. Cry into the towel if you have to because you didn't get there. But strive to get there. And here's the other part. If you didn't get there that day, don't get disappointed and say, well, it's not going to happen. Go forward for whatever you plan for the following day. And in the day that you didn't get there, this is also why I love journaling. All I'm telling you is in my journal. You write to yourself. You say, today I was planning to make $500, but it didn't happen. This is how I'm feeling about not making the $500. I'm really worried that tomorrow I won't make it either. But here's a list of things that I have to cover today. And part of me doesn't want to do it, but I know if I do it, I'm going to feel better tomorrow. And then you write to yourself like you're talking to somebody else and you got it on paper. These are things that when you go back to, you really, I promise you, amaze yourself when you go back and look the things you promise you're going to do. You're going to push yourself through. And then you talk about how you're feeling. You talk about what happened. Maybe your daughter came in from school. You had to go meet with a teacher. I cooked dinner. I didn't really want to cook dinner. But anyway, it was fabulous. Everybody enjoyed it. I got complimented. You are really talking to you about how this day went. And if you look back, you're going to see, once you finish writing, that you had a whole bunch of positive things in there, even though the money didn't surface as you wanted to. So now you could say, but hey, yes, I didn't get the $500, but here's all the great things that happened. Here's what's going on. And the days that you're down out, I want you to still put that down. Look, today was a horrible day. Nothing went right. Here's how I feel. I just wanted to go to bed, but I fight through it, or I just went to bed. Whatever it is, don't lie. This is your honest place. Drop it in there because it's going to help you to the other place. You got a place to look back to. You got a place to go back and see. You got a place to go back and visit. So when your thoughts are not the greatest and it's giving you all these negative feelings and saying you can't make it, you're lying because, November the 13th, 2022, this is what happened and I pulled through it. So how come you're lying to me now? And you could have this conversation with you. That's why you want it written down.
Oh, okay.
That's why you want to follow through with what you say you're going to do. I tell people, and I say this all the time, if it comes a day that you can't, I want you to take the day off rather than force through it and half it. Don't half-ass it. I want you to take the day. If your body, mind, and soul is feeling tired, you say to yourself, I say to myself, Caren, I'm going to take the day off today, girl. I'm going to read books. I'm going to watch movies, and I'm going to eat some good food. I might even go for a walk. That's it. That way you took the pressure off yourself. And I promise you, you come back the next day refreshed to do the work. You're not beating yourself up that it wasn't done right. You didn't get enough done. You took the day off. You give yourself permission to take the day off. This is,
Exactly.
you
A
know,
little rest and recuperation.
yes,
I
yes.
call it an R&R day. I'm taking an R&R day.
You get that day done. You get that day done and you move on. So we talk about have, now that you have the months together, know what you want to see, put it down. Terralina knows that December is coming, like everything is written down. Like I know my crawl space is crazy with stuff. My kids just bring things and have me keep things when they move out and they come back and they bring their crap and I've got it. I was like, it's
Terrible.
going. So that's gone, right? And I know my week and what I put a list on my fridge. I put all the things that needs to get done, and everybody just put their name against what they are volunteering to do. That's
Mm.
gone. That's done. And then I got the week when I'm gonna do all the baking and all the snack preparation. The day the tree go up, fix the place. The boys come and help me move around furniture because I love to move my furniture around. They don't like it, but that's who I am.
Uh-huh.
But all this stuff, I'm telling you guys, are on my list. It's on my list to be done. It's set up. It has its week. It's know when it's gonna get done. Why? I am not flustered that the 25th is coming and I have to get all this done because it's part of my planning. It's in there. I know what's coming. I know what November need to look like. I also know the feeling I get, and I know now from years that if I don't get certain things done certain times, it gets me physically sick because I'm doing too much in a short space of time.
I would have said it gets me physically sick because I'm frustrated by not having it done.
That
So
too.
I get, maybe it's emotional.
I know I get emotional. I don't really get overwhelmed, but I get emotionally upset with myself
Yeah.
because I look back at the delays that I did when it wasn't necessary. And that's why I do the built-in. I do the built-in where when I take Saturday off, right now I'm finishing up my tax stuff. So that's off the table, but that's going to finish this coming week. Yeah, this is the last Saturday.
Hmm.
But I take Saturday off, which means I get up slowly. There's no big rush to get out of bed. I do my readings. If I'm on a 6-day workout routine, but I'm trying to cut back to 5, or even if I am, I might just take the day off and then I just get a bath, have a really good breakfast,
Hmm.
um, and get myself just in this rest period. And I get a good morning rest. And Saturdays, I like to sew and be in the machine, tinkering around, doing not much. And then sometimes I just take myself out or just go run an errand or what have you. But it's my day. So if I didn't get to the machine, there's no bother. If I didn't get out, it's no bother. It's just my day. I don't cook. I don't do any household, nothing. This is just me decompressing and just relaxing because Sundays, big dinners and what have you. And so I do not move from it because when I do not give myself a day off for the week, and Sunday, I used to say I got 2 days off, but I always say I have a day off fully on Saturday because Sunday I still cook Sunday dinner.
Mm.
So if it was a slow day too, I still cook Sunday dinner. But Saturday I don't cook at all. Friday it's really come see, come saw. So I really have been positioning myself for a 4-day week work.
Hmm. 4-day work week.
4-day work week. I have a client who couldn't move it, so we coach Friday mornings, but that's easy. Like you come in, we coach, and that's it. We got her stuff ready to go because that's the time we had to move her, and hopefully next year we could move her back to Monday. That's where she was, but work
Mhm.
wise, we had to move it. And it's a really good client of mine, so I didn't mind moving it for that. But still, the rest of the day is mine. The rest of the day is mine. So, guys, when you plan this stuff out, when you understand how this working, you can get to 4 hour work day for 4 days a week. You can work 4 days a week. Sorry, guys. You can have a 3-day weekend. You can have a 3-day weekend every week once you understand. Now, it takes work up front. Yes. So let's say you didn't know this. This whole new year that you're entering, you're probably going
Mhm.
to work your 5 days. And you're probably going to work hours long. But I promise you, if you put in the time, in 8 months, not even a full year, in 8 months, if you dutifully work, take the rest day, fully rest day that you need
Mhm.
every single week, within 8 months, you're going to see a better quality of life for you, a better quality of life for your business. Financially, you'll start recharging depending on where you are, even if it doesn't get you to the number you want, but you'll start recharging. And remember, when you start little, it really adds up. Everybody want to get money quickly. But if you don't understand money, you don't need to get it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
When you get it too quickly, it leaves you just as quickly.
Mm.
Because you haven't spent the time understanding the value. I know you think you do, but I promise you, it goes out very quickly
Yes,
because
it
it's coming
does.
in very quickly. I forget what part of the scripture talk about this. This is facts of life. So let it come in slowly. Let a few people buy from you. And then let a few more people buy from you. And let it keep coming in. And you watch how it add up. Just understand where it goes when it comes in. Have your financial, sit down and have yourself set up, as I share with you my financial on the Excel spreadsheet, set up
Mm-hmm.
where things go, how you get paid, what go back into material, set up every piece of the puzzle so that what you're doing is tracking. By the time you hire people, you understand where the money has to go, where it has to leave and go, how it's spent. You are not panicking. Oh my God, I need a new desk. Because by then you've figured out how to save for the desk. You figured out how your computer is on the blink. Okay, so I need to save for a computer. I need to save for a new screen. Okay, I need to upgrade whatever I need to upgrade. All these things are part of what you plan to do. There are no surprises here. And if you have your software and your apps, make sure at the end of each year, do a 10% increase on them, not because they have increased. You do this because whenever your money jump, whenever things have increased, you've done it already. So you're not at this place, oh my God, this thing is 199. It used to be 150. No, you have set up that 10% window. So
Mm-hmm.
you are not panicking. You're like, okay, that's okay.
Wow.
It's okay. You're not struggling in it. I want you to get off the struggle. I
Get
want you
off
to
the
move out.
struggle bus is what we say.
Yes, get off the struggle bus. And planning get you off the struggle bus.
Mm.
Planning remove that resistance that you're feeling. And when you're moving in, I don't care who you are. When you're
Mm-hmm.
stepping in from one set of monies to a new set of monies, there is a struggle. There's a tug of war. Your
Wow.
brain, your emotion, your body don't want it. You will sabotage yourself. People always ask, how do I sabotage myself? Going too fast.
Mm.
Getting into something that you're not preparing yourself for. Not because you can't get big money and keep it, because you might, if that happens, it happens. But you want to be planning. So if it comes while it's coming, you can just set it aside and keep doing what you're doing. You're not getting excited about I get big money, so I can't do this anymore. I'll tell you a quick story. There's this guy, he was on, can't remember, he was on some channel online we used to have here, on TV, and he won the lottery. And in Canada, when you won the lottery, you don't have to pay taxes on it. All is yours. Okay, good. So take that in. All is yours. And he had a cleaning company. And he won the money. He and his wife discussed about it. And they decided they're going to keep the cleaning company. When the children graduate from school, one was about to graduate from high school and go into university. They're going to pay fully for the university on the condition that the child come and work in the company. Childs do here and there, but come and work in the company. 4 kids. And they sat them down. Once they themselves spent 2 weeks deciding what they're going to do, sat the kids down and said to them, listen, we won some money. We're going to pay for everybody education, and everybody's going to get a car at some point. But here's how this is going to take place. The money's going to sit for a while. We're not going to touch it. We're going to behave as though we don't have the money. And the plans that we had before, we're going to continue it. Yes, we're going to move from here. Yes, we're going to get a house. Yes, 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 but not all at once.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take our time. And the dad said the first thing he did was went to God and asked, how do I use this money? Well, he said, how do I use this money, God? Well,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, I am not moving until God tell me how to use this money well. And when I realize how to use it well, that's when we're moving with it, and they end up
That's good stuff.
good stuff, give to a couple of charities, help a couple of the kids' friends who were in dire need of help that he didn't know, but he learned about after. High employees, get the business to a better standard where he had more people working for him. He said, but one of the biggest things that they did for themselves, was able to sit the kids down, talk to them about money. And he said, so funny, because before he never really did a lot of that. And God was telling him, the kids can't know what you don't have because you don't tell them that you don't have it. So they feel that you have it and you don't want to give it. He said that was news to him because he talked to his kids all the time. So he said when he heard that, he told the kids, he said, but don't I talk to you guys about money? And everybody said in a chorus, no, Dad, you don't talk to us about money. But he think whatever he was doing is talking to them, but he never really spoke to them about money. Kids need to be sat down and talk about money. And sometimes it's hard for parents to do it, especially if they're feeling embarrassed at the moment. But you could talk to your kids about embarrassment too. You say, look, I make, I don't know, $3,000 a month. And it's not enough to go around to pay all the bills. And mommy, if it's a mommy alone, have to do a second job to get this done. Or you could say, mommy and daddy make this, and that's what happened. I don't ask you for an answer right away. If it's big enough kids, you can say, you guys can go away and think about it and maybe come up with ideas for us to see how as a family we can make more money so that we can pay all the bills and be okay. And kids will always tell you things that you're not even thinking about, that they observe, and say what to do and help you figure out some stuff. Talk to them. Don't be embarrassed. If you are the rock bottom, have none, tell them that too. But if you have a lot, you could tell them, you have to tell them the amount. You can just talk to them about getting there and how you get there. And you said, when you get your first job, I don't want your money, but I want us to talk about how you're going to spend your paycheck, because that's going to really help you for the rest of your life. When you understand how to spend the money, that's going to come into your hand. You're going to live a better life than we lived because we didn't know, we had to learn along the way. You get a best life because you got parents who actually witness being broke, have nothing, and come back up. So we're able to tell you how you can make what you're making work for you. And I'm talking job, guys, because kids need some explanation. One of the things I hated was to tell my kids things. I'm going to first to let you know, I never liked talking to them about stuff. But it took me a minute to get myself there. And when I did, the response was better than I thought. I mean, this is a long time ago, but still, it took me a long time. I never wanted to talk about it. It was just something that I kept to myself. And it wasn't good or bad. It's just that I felt that I needed to be the steward of everything and don't talk about it. But then as I get older, it's like, so if something was to happen to me, my kids wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't know. I mean, yes, got things set up, but they still need to know what to do for the immediate. Like you need to talk to your kids as they get older. And mind you, when your kids are younger, you don't have to worry about the younger kids. But as they get older, you want to talk to the older kids as they, you don't have to tell them everything, but you want to talk to them. I know this is not, feels like not part about, but it is. Because if you're going to make money in your business and you have children, and they somehow a part of it, whether in the business or looking on, you want to have these conversations with them as you grow your business, as you get there, as you don't have to be afraid, because if you got a good relationship with your children, you don't have to be afraid. And if you don't, go fix it, both of you. Go fix it. It's good all around for your heart, your body, your soul. It's just good, It's good.
Yes.
Watching the show last night, and the guy says his dad was sick and he feel good, he feel bad, and he said to him, he says, his dad told me, so you need to make amends with your children, because the father and the kids were at the loggerhead. And he says, you need to make amends with your children. You need to go talk to them. You need to go and apologize for your wrong, because you were wrong in what you did. And you don't want to own it because you're the dad, but you need to go and apologize to them and let them feel well, because later on in life, you're going to realize that you wish you had made amends with them, And his dad is telling him, because his dad had 4 sons, lost 3 of them. He's the only son that lived. And so he was talking about just making amends. So I know this is business, guys, but business is really on the backbone of the person who developed the company.
It really is. It truly is.
So you have to look after you. You have to look after you, your family around you. Everybody says, I'm doing this for my children. Then have a conversation with the children that you say you're doing it for. My thing, do it for you and the kids will get a benefit of it. Stop saying you're doing it for the children. Do it for you. So don't put no guilt on anybody. You choose to own a business because it's hard work.
Yes,
it's fun work. It's good work. It's enjoyable work, but it's hard work. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think we touched on some emotional things regarding our money and how it impacts our business and how it
Mhm.
impacts our personal life.
Yes.
Um, I think we all need to sit down, take an assessment,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that we're on good terms with ourselves in
Yes.
terms of rest and
Yes.
recuperation
Mm-hmm.
and be giving ourselves grace, as you just talked about, especially right now.
Yeah.
Just, it's a season where things have been interesting uh,
Very.
the last few years, and we're trying to figure out what to do with it this year.
Exactly, because we're not only carrying our own burden, we're carrying the world's burden. This
Mhm.
is what we have to understand. What has happened since 2020, it's not only ours, it's families, it's people we don't know, it's everybody's stuff, everybody's carrying.
And it's an international supply chain.
Yes.
Things are happening.
Yes.
So, guys, with that, give yourself some grace.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to the nuggets that Coach Caren dropped today. And remember, it's okay to make money in your business.
It is.
So go to the front of your own line.
Yes.
We're really looking to small businesses because we can deliver right within the local area.
Yes.
So they don't have to
Yes.
worry about shipping and things like
Mm-hmm.
that if they're looking for someone in their immediate family. So with that, I want to thank you, Coach, for all
You're
that
welcome.
you do for us.
You're welcome.
And I want to encourage you guys to watch the replay for this. We did have some interesting things going on according to StreamYard with Facebook, so we may have to post it to Facebook. But with that, we want you to know that we care about you and we want you to
You.
care about you.
Yes.
So if you're looking to become a part of BizChicks, you can simply text Biz to 33777 and become a part of the Heartbeat community, or you can go to bizchicks.net and join our community. We want to thank you all for sharing. We want to thank you all for subscribing over on our YouTube channel. And with that, we want to remind you
Go in front of your own line.
front of your own line. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you again, Coach.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.